Oh my gosh. Apparently I forgot that I was wearing eye makeup because I did it a couple hours ago and I was rubbing my eyes. That's just great. Wow, who expected that? What is up, my fam bam? Ashley Elizabeth here with AHM Artistry, and today I'm super extra excited for this video. I think it will be very fun. Woo! As you guys know, CoverGirl recently went completely cruelty-free, and I am so amped about that still. I don't think I'll ever get over how like this big company that's very mainstream, obviously it's in all the stores, was able to transition to no animal testing, not selling it in any countries that animal testing is required. I'm just still so excited. But when I first went to do my first impressions like haul with them, I was a little bit sad because I was like, oh, that foundation that I used to use in high school is not there anymore. And I thought that I saw it a couple years ago, but it wasn't there. But then if you follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, then you would have seen that I found it. Yes, that's right. I found the CoverGirl foundation that I used to use in high school, and it's the Aqua Smooth. Same packaging. I don't exactly remember if that's the name of it, but I'm gonna say yeah, I think that sounds right. It was really hard back then to color match, and it was really hard today to color match. So we'll see how I did with that. There's no way to see inside. You just have to go off of this, and almost no swatches online. So you guys hear that background noise, I'm really sorry. They're trimming all the trees this week, and it's just been one day after another, but so we're just gonna have to deal with it for now. I look really crazy right now with only my eye makeup done. So let's stop staring at that and let's go ahead and just start jumping into this video. I'm gonna tell you the little specifications and we're gonna see if it's any good. Honestly, you guys, I know it wasn't good in high school, but it was one of those things that's what I picked and that's what I had to stick with until it ran out. It's enough for me to repurchase a couple times, which I think it was more of a comfort zone thing. I don't really remember. I just remember knowing that it wasn't the best, but hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and give it another shot. 12 years later. Oh my goodness. Okay, enough about that. Let's go ahead and jump right into that video. Okay, so CoverGirl Aqua Smooth. Let's get the 411. Let's get the hot gossip on this one. Found it at Walmart, good old Walmart, and then I looked online and I also saw that I think it's available at CVS and some Walgreens might carry it. Mine doesn't. It has SPF 20, so that's good. It's supposed to be a light to medium coverage. So solid makeup that transforms into liquid for smooth coverage. Interesting. I picked the shade Buff Beige. Let's talk for a second about shade range. Shade range. It only had 9 shades, which in some makeup companies, like that could be okay. Meaning something like a BB cream or a tinted moisturizer offering too fair, too light, too medium, too tan, too deep. That would be okay if they actually had a shade range. Light to maybe medium, the shade range. I'll pop it up right here. There is no dark or tan tones and there are no fair tones. So if this is any good, CoverGirl, I'm coming at you. You need to work on the shade range. But if it's not good, then forget it. Oh well, it's going in the trash. Who cares? So let's go ahead and start applying it. Now, talking about shade range, this is almost impossible to shade match yourself in stores. There's this little chart that they have for the True Blend. That seems like maybe it's good. They didn't have it for any other ones. I went with Buff Beige because that's what I had picked in the Vitalist foundation. If you guys saw, it seemed like a mostly good color match for me. It's a tiny bit off, but I don't know. The next one that I would have picked, this shade range was weird because it jumped all over the place. It wasn't like 1 through 10, you know? It was, some shades look, there's like a white cast on my foundation. Doesn't have a bad smell though, and the expiration date does say March of 2020, but that's just interesting. Hopefully it's fine. I already have a nice little breakout situation, and this is probably from testing crazy different types of makeup, but this, you guys, is bringing back memories. This traveled with me to cheer camp. This helped me out every morning. This was the jam. The color match looks pretty good though. Oh, by the way, I am wearing one of my favorite shirts from high school, my AFI shirt. Oh yeah, I was a cheerleader, but I also was like a punk rocker. Yeah, rock on, too much rock for one hand, woo! That's enough of that. Okay, let's just go ahead and start applying it on my face. I'm gonna start with the Too Faced Hangover X Primer because, you know, when I test out new product, I don't like to change other things that I know work. because then I don't think that's fair. Like, this primer works with pretty much every foundation that I use, so I'm gonna stick with that. Oh, my face hurts though. This is like the last foundation thing I'm gonna test for a little while because my face needs a break. All right. First and foremost, let's try to use the sponge because I know for sure that I use this the sponge that comes in the little compact. So let's just try it and then I'll decide. Oh, nice and creamy. Okay. Let's see how the shade matches. Huh. Well, that's a lot lighter than the Vitalist and more pink. But we'll see. I know that CoverGirl tends to oxidize, so maybe it'll get a little darker. It's going on really easily though. The sponge isn't the worst. I'm doing just downward strokes. Let's see if it covers up my pimply pimps today. No smell, which I appreciate. Huh. The only like compact type of pressed foundation that I've used since that I can remember was that Too Faced Airspun BB cream. I wanted that foundation to work so bad back in the day. It's discontinued now, so don't go looking for it. But it was so hardly packed in it that you couldn't get the foundation off. It was crazy. This is a lot more smooth and creamy. It's almost creamier than a foundation stick. Coverage isn't bad though. And I don't know if the formulation has changed or anything. I have no idea. There was like almost no reviews on this product, and sometimes there's a reason for it. But sometimes it's just like, you know, it's been there forever, so people probably like, oh, you don't need to review it. You know what's gross is I used to use this sponge until my compact was out, and I don't think I washed it. I know I didn't use brushes, and I know I didn't use my hands, so oh man, how much I've learned since then. Let's see if it layers up nice. Oh, there's a little tiny mirror in there. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and use a brush on the other side. Let's just try it. Let's just see. Oh, that's so much easier. Wow. Okay, hello coverage. Well, you know, with a brush, it's not terrible. I don't really prefer the sponge side just because I have, you know, it's not as much coverage. It is only supposed to be a light to medium coverage, but I'm definitely getting medium coverage. I'm using a lot, but oh, it's not greasy or anything. I guess that's how I got away with not setting it, because I didn't set it back then, that's for sure. I don't think my skin looks the best, but it doesn't look the worst either. Let's go ahead and layer it up a little bit. It seems to be doing pretty well. Let's see how buildable this is. I went into this, maybe it's not good, you know, to have preconceived notions, but you guys, come on. I mean, how good of a foundation could I have picked for myself 12 years ago when I didn't know anything and there was no reviews that existed? It's just luck of the draw, baby. Huh, well, let's go ahead and even out the other side. I'm gonna take this dry sponge and tap out just to make sure there's not any excess. Not that it's the best color for me, but oh, very interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and do my Born This Way concealer. This is the sculpting coverage, because that's what I would normally do now. I'm gonna go ahead and powder to the rest of my face, and then we will see how everything like fully looks. Yeah, I was not expecting that amount of coverage because of the description. There you go. Just kidding, this is darker than that foundation was, so I'm gonna go get my Shape Tape. Holy crap. 16-year-old me was onto something. 16-year-old me is freaking shock. That all went way, way better than I was expecting, you guys. As I mentioned, in my regular bathroom lighting, which is what I really try to judge my makeup on because that's what I get ready in front of every day, it looks really good. And it did dry. I barely had to powder, which is awesome because I'm a dry skin gal and I do not like having to do a lot of powder. It's not looking greasy or anything. It blended really beautifully with my concealers. Who was expecting that to happen? Hello, $8.44 foundation. Let me do this up close so you guys can really see everything, right? You guys know, if you watch my videos, I always do an up close so you can see how things really look with my lights dimmed. Nothing is creasing or creping. Compared to like a favorite foundation of mine, this looks pretty on par with it. Pores are a little dotty, but not too bad. Looks like you can do about light medium and then build it up to almost full coverage. I don't see any like skin. You saw how red and irritated this whole area was. Nothing's peeking through. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments. Holy crap. Okay, now I just decided that I will do a little wear test and we will see, and then we can make our final judgments, right? Yeah. Wow, you guys, just wow. Okay, it's been on for 8 hours. Don't mind the lashes and the lips. This has been through 8 meals. This has been through 2 meals already, so I was not expecting this result. The wear test is going quite well. My makeup looks good. I'm starting to get a little bit of shine on the forehead, but that's not unusual at 8 hours with a very, 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 very light powdering. Barely even powdered because it's set. I just did this little test. Let me find a little spot. This usually transfers a lot right here. I don't see anything on my hands. Maybe a tiny bit of like my oil, but no actual transfer here. Let's do like a sleeve test. I don't care, I'm gonna wash this. Don't wanna do the bronzer. Guys, look at that. Usually, if I'm getting like wear off, nothing. Wow. Okay. All right. Aqua Smooth, underrated drugstore foundation? Quite frankly, so far, yes. This is, I was thinking about it when I was out and about today. Out of like all the different drugstore foundations that I've used, this is up there. I don't ever want to give like 100% approval on a first impressions, but this is one of the best first impressions drugstore reviewed foundations that I've ever done. My nose, you guys, can you see? My nose is usually a trouble area. I mean, if you watched my ColourPop setting powder reviews, it was, you know, it was really bad with one of the foundations that I love. That was the setting powder's problem. But I was rubbing my nose like crazy. It kept running because I was at my husband's baseball practice that he coaches, and it was just windy and cold, and I was rubbing my nose, trying my best to not disturb the foundation, but usually this would be like completely worn off. And this little guy, it's only now slightly, it's not even like really red yet. You see a little tiny bit of cracking. If I look really hard, this little bit I actually remember hitting. Oops. I'm getting slight separation on the upper lip, but after 8 hours and in my normal bathroom lighting, everything looks really good. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go back to that. I can never really give 100% full-on approval on a first impressions, but you guys, it's giving me a run for my money. 844. I want some more. So I will keep testing this out and, you know, trying different things. I don't know, just trying it. And stay tuned because I will update you guys. If not here, very least on my Instagram story. So make sure you're following me on Instagram for that, Twitter, you know, all that fun stuff. But wow, definitely let me know what you think of that in the comments. And I'm just gonna I'm so done with those though. Okay, wow. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. Shade range, they need to work on it because I think a lot of people will like this foundation, and it's almost like they're phasing it out, and I'm like, wait, why? I can't. Proof is in the pudding. Okay, all right. All right, my fan bam, that is it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and I really want to do that, you know, that video that circulated around a bit ago, how I did my makeup in high school. If you would like to see that video soon, let me know down in the comments below if that's something you'd be interested in seeing. If this is the first time stopping by my channel, hey, what is up? Welcome. Before you fall down the rabbit hole, which is YouTube, please go down and hit that little red subscribe button so I don't get lost in the sauce. And that way you get notified when I post new videos, which is at least 3 times a week, and I have a lot of fun stuff coming. Woo! To my OG fan bam and my new, and the people that just don't even want to bother, don't worry about that either. I hope every single one of you, every single one, have a good, freaking awesome, wonderful, happy, lovely, Christmas is coming day.